Welcome back. Today I will tell you about some most expensive stamps in the world. US 3 cent rose type 2 recut inner line at the right, slightly disturbed original gum hinge remnant, few small black adherents on the gum, bright color, slight gum toning at the top right, very fine original gum example of the 1857 3 cent rose type 2. An extremely difficult issue to obtain in unused condition. Scott value 9,000, hammer price $21,000. Well, number 2 is Great Britain 1840 1p grayish black, and it is plate 2 letter GI, small part original gum, full to ample margins except just touching at the top right. It is fresh shade, some thinning under a hinge remainder, and a small crease. Fine appearance, a rare and reasonable attractive unused penny black, and the Scott value is 19,000, SG is 16,500 pounds. Number 3 is from India 1852, half a red Sindhi district post, a fixed 2 piece which it does not belong, complete design except for 2 tiny nicks in the left edge, cancel of dots, sharp embossing and remarkably free of the splits and cracks that are usually found on this value. The Sindhi dog name is simply because they were used in the Sindh province, and the word dog is an angelized spelling of the Hindustani word for post. Now this is Malaya, Penang, 1942, $5 green and red on green, Japanese occupation job. Original gum, minor hinge remnant, intense color, small facial scrape at the bottom, very fine, appearing example of the 1942 $5 King George VI with Japanese chop, one of the rarest stamps of all of the Japanese occupation issues of the Malaya. Scott value $3,500. France 1852 10 cent pale blister on yellowish, unused with no gum, large 2 full margins, rich color, light horizontal crease and small thin, very fine appearance, a scarce unused stamped, signed J.F. Brun and with 217 Graden certificate. Well, Scott value $9,000 and Vivard value is 13,500 euros. 1852 10 cent pale blister. Indochina 1892 75 cent deep violet on orange, Indochine inverted. Original gum hinge remnant, intense impression and strong color. Fine, a striking error of the 1892 75 centimeters with inverted country tablet. The Delhi catalogs notes 3 examples recorded. The actual number of surviving copies is probably slightly higher than that. Pivot value 10,000 euro. Ionian Island, Italian occupation of Ithaca, 1941. 10-day brown red hand-stamped overprint with small O of the occupation. Mint never hinged, well-centered deep color on bright paper, a very fine and choice example of this rare stamp. Signed Ray Bundy and with his 1999 certificate, Saison value is 9,000 euros. It is Ionian Island 1941 10-day brown red stamp. Well, this is US $5 black Colombian, mint never hinged, intense shade on bright white paper, fresh in every respect. Fine, a lovely mint never hinged $5 Colombian. As the top value of the popular Colombian issue, the $5 has been proudly hinged into albums for 130 years, leaving the few mint never hinged examples available to today's collector. Scott value $9,750. Well, this is US 15 cent bright orange special printing without gum as issued, brilliant color, repuffed, fine appearance example of the rare 15 cent 1875 Continental Banknote Company special printing. An overwhelming majority of SG such stamps have the perforation Caesar separated on at least one side, and many are off center as well. Only 5 to 6 have fully intact perforation. This is Great Britain 1867 5 shilling pale rose, plate 2 letter HE. Original gum lightly hinged, exceptionally fresh, 2 horizontal creases. Very fine appearance, original gum example of 1867 5 shilling, especially from plate 2. and there are few and far between. Scott value 17,500 and SG 15,000 pounds. It is 1867 5 shilling pale rose from Great Britain. France 1876 25 cent ultramarine on bluish type 1 with selvage at right. Original gum very lightly hinged, fresh pastel shade, well centered, very fine. A rare original gum example of the 25 cent ultramarine sage issue. It is type 1, a stamp missing from most unused fresh collections. Scott value $7,750 and Vivert value is 11,500 euros. Germany 1872 to GR ultramarine imperforate tied on a piece by proper hinge and boxed cancel. Three large margins including part of adjoining stamp at the right, helping to prove its authenticity. In a top two of left margins and fresh color. Fine and completely sound example of 1872 to Grosjean imperforate, one of the key rarities of the small shield issue. Scott value $8,500. US St. Louis, Missouri 5 cent black on greenish, type 3, position 5, full margins to touched or just in at upper left. Lightened pen cancel, light vertical crease, fine appearing example of the 5 cent St. Louis provisional on greenish paper. Scott value is 8,000. It is US St. Louis, Missouri 5 cent black on greenish, type 3, position 5, full margins to touched or just in at right. Well, this is 10 cent black from United States. It is unused, recombed, full margins to clear, tiny thin on top right margin. Single extraneous dot of blue ink in the hair. Fine appearance, a scarce unused example of the 10 cent 1847 issue. Well, the Scott value is 16,000 United States dollar. It is 10 cent black from United States and it is unused but recombed. Well, this is Basutoland 1934 6P yellow official light Missouri circular date stamp, attractively centered, very fine, rare used example of 1934 6pence official. Only 27 were issued. Of the 4 values of the Basutoland official set, the 6P is second only to 1P in rarity. Therefore, it is one of the key stamps for someone assembling the official set at a time. Well, it is with a photocopy of certificate and the Scott value is $5,000 and the SG value is 5,000 British pounds. It is 1934 Basutoland stamp. Germany, it is 72.5 GR Bister imperforate, margins all around ranging from large to close, cancelled by Enclem 689 boxed cancel. Well, a few small faults including a small closed tear at the top is present. Very fine appearance, a rare example of 1872 5 Grosjean large shield imperforate. Only 15 recorded and all of which are used. According to the certificate, only 15 are recorded and just 5 of them are used from Enclem. Most of the recorded copies have faults to some degree and several are cut in or one or more sides. Well, this is US 4 cent blue Colombian error of color, original gum, wonderfully deep shade of error color, well centered, very fine. Original gum example of 4 cent Colombian color error. 4 cent Colombian color error was caused by the use of a wrong batch of ink, and spectrographic analysis has shown that the blue inks of the 4C error and 1C Colombian have the same components. Stem from at least 3 paints reached collectors, and the few cancelled example indicate that stamps used by the public came from at least one additional pane. It is likely a number of full sheets were printed using the wrong ink. Scott value is $20,000. Well, US 12 cent blackish purple special printing without gum as issue, intense shade and impression, tiny pinhole in E of cents. Very fine appearance example of the 12 cent 1880 American Banknote Company special printing. Only 65 examples, including one in the Miller collection owned by the New York Public Library, leaving 64 available to the collectors. Of these, at least 1/3 have flaws. Many have poor centering as well. Only 13 are confirmed as sounds, and of these, only 7 have decent centering. The Scott value is $9,500. Well, this is Falkland Island 1891 half P on half of 1P red brown. Upright watermark, unsavoured pair, original cum hinge remnant, strong color and fine. A rare original cum example of 1891 halfpenny, second surcharge, unsavoured pair. The second provisional bisect with upright watermark is far rarer than the first provisional with sideways watermark in an unused unsavoured pair. Well, the Scott value is $5,000 and SG value is also 5,000 British pounds. Well, number 20 is US 2 cent black Z grill. Original cum hinge remnant, clearly defined grill, few short perforations, few toned perforations, otherwise fine appearance. It is a rare original cum example of the 1867 2 cent grill. This is one of the most difficult grilled issue to obtain with original cum and any semblance of decent centering. Scott value is 19,000 US dollar. It is 2 cent black Z grill. I hope you liked my video. Thank you and subscribe to my channel and keep visiting and watching the videos.